Okay, got all excited, thought I'd do a quick garden update. Not in the garden today, I'm in my shed. As you can see, my pineapples are growing away. I did place a new young pineapple in the same pot with the older ones. This one already had two. This is a pot of sweet, I'm going to pronounce this wrong probably, marjoram, something like that. Well, I've got a few more herbs growing. My earlier lettuce plants are going to seed. Just haven't had time to get out here a whole lot. I do have aloe vera growing quite nicely, in fact, and large. This is an entire pot of it here hanging in my shed. I believe my strawberries have died. So much for that. But got quite a surprise. I do have some volunteer tomatoes growing in the lettuce pots, and volunteer tobacco I haven't pulled out yet either. Some chives, other stuff. But I come out here and dump some water in, and I happen to look down at this small pineapple plant. Nothing really to think about. It's not doing too great. Small pot and all. Not been well taken care of because I've got the large ones. But something in it caught my attention. Now I've of course immediately picked it up. But what was in it was quite surprising. A tomato. I have finally succeeded growing a tomato in February. So, not sure what I done, not even sure where it exactly came from, but it was up down below these tomato plants that came up volunteer, and I don't see any more. Of course, they're still sending up new sprouts everywhere. For all those that might be interested, the little white dots here on the stem, most people think that the fuzz on the stem becomes roots, but actually those little white dots are veins penetrating from inside the stalk and coming out to grow new roots, as well as over here. And of course I got a mouse trap I'm about to stick my fingers in. Yes, I know that would have all made Jens laugh. But anyway, I will break off the suckers and clone them comes closer to spring to get me some earlier tomato plants. But I can quite say now that I can quite possibly successfully manage to set this up to grow tomatoes inside my shed. I have a heat sensor. I'll show you right now. I put in. This tells me in the house what the temperature is with the sun shining today in this window. And I cheated and put a reflective material in front outdoors, so I get more light coming in. The shed today has already reached 70 degrees, above 70 degrees. Of course, I have junk everywhere. It is still being worked on. A canna that I never got potted yesterday, or last year, sorry. Bell pepper. This one, I either planted it and forgot about it, or it was a volunteer. I dug it up and brought it in and put it with an older bell pepper. This one's several years old. And I have new young ones coming up in this pot, which I'll be getting dug out and put in cups soon to get some size off of them. Strawberry plants. I moved these out of the windows to grow onions. You can see strawberries starting to form. So strawberries in a shed is quite the possibility. This was where I was expecting the tomatoes to actually come from. This is, well, it's all the way up here. And as you can see, they're trying to bloom like crazy. Of course, we got a cold snap coming, and it's going to drop into single digits. So the shed should be fine, but the plants probably won't produce anything on the blooms due to the cold. That'll be the next challenge, is to get them to produce tomatoes from the blooms in the shed with the temperature colder. Might be have to do with a different breed or something. These are all volunteer. I have not planted these. Now my onions are planted. Should have got them done sooner, but I've been busy. Not even coming up yet, but the sun shining in this window. The seed tray feels like it's about 80 degrees inside there. So still quite the possibility. A pineapple I never bothered picking because it was tiny, is right here. This top, of course, needs to be removed. And there's 3 more tops to the plant. Another young pineapple. I ate this one. Me and the grandkids ate this one last year. It should produce a pineapple this year, hopefully. They were in the window. I had to take them out for the trays. 2 other trays I moved to keep them try to keep them a little warmer, but the sunny day not successful because the wind is much warmer. But anyway, all quite excited because I've growed a tomato in February.